Seniors in long-term care are still vulnerable to a serial killer. That is the chilling finding of an inquiry into the deaths of 8 nursing home residents. They were murdered by Elizabeth Wettlaufer, the nurse trusted with their care. This massive report was released here today in Woodstock, where 6 of those murders took place. It has 91 recommendations aimed at ending systemic vulnerabilities so it can never happen again.
My name is Susan Horvath, and my dad was murdered.
The pain is still so raw. Families of the victims were present as Justice Eileen Gillis released her findings, which started with a warning.
And we cannot simply assume that because Wettlaufer is behind bars, the threat to the safety and security of those receiving care in the long-term care system has passed.
Because, as the report finds, the system not only didn't catch a killer, it didn't even know there was a killer.
This is something that affects everyone. Everyone will either end up in a nursing home or know someone that's in a nursing home or have to put a parent in a nursing home.
Elizabeth Wettlaufer is serving life in prison with no chance of parole for 25 years for the murders of the 8 seniors. She injected them with insulin between 2007 and 2016 and was caught only because she confessed to a psychiatrist. Even though she had been fired early in her career for stealing drugs and had over 100 complaints, she had a spotless record and was able to kill 6 people at this Woodstock nursing home and then 2 more at this one in London.
Everyone deserves a natural death. My dad did not get that.
The report doesn't lay individual blame, but rather finds systemic vulnerabilities allowed Wettlaufer to murder so many. It makes 91 recommendations, including better training, a public awareness campaign that serial healthcare killers exist, better incident reporting and background checks, and a redesign of how the coroner investigates deaths in long-term care homes.
It's all about money, okay? This has to change. And if it doesn't, today's the day. And if it doesn't, then nobody will trust anymore anything of any type, of any kind.
The recommendations are costly. They call on the provincial government to give grants of up to $200,000 per long-term care home, depending on its size. That's significant. There are over 600 in Ontario. The Minister of Long-Term Care, who was joined by 3 other ministers, promised more money, but couldn't say how much more.
We will spend the next year acting on what we've heard here today. And part of that plan will include providing new funding to help address the recommendations by the Commissioner.
Overdosing these people on insulin?
Yes.
Wettlaufer told police she picked some of the victims because they were difficult to look after and that she was visited by surges.
All of us have felt that the elderly are lesser, just as we feel that the disabled are lesser, and that's just simply wrong. We all deserve. As a society, we need to look at those who are weaker and take care of them.
This report is dedicated to the victims and their families. The justice told those who came today that their pain and loss would not be in vain. The government, as requested, has promised to submit a report on the recommendations in 1 year. In the past, so many recommendations have simply gathered dust.